I'm gonna read you this article that I read yesterday morning. Because, well, you're not gonna read this stuff because you're gonna be so far in the future. So I'm gonna just read you stuff that I've been reading, like, because I'm trying to get some knowledge. I'm trying to, like, not knowledge, but well, it is knowledge, but it's not necessarily like knowledge in the sense of like, oh, I'm trying to become more intelligent. It's more of knowledge of what's happening to other people in the world. So yeah. So anyway, this article was published by Robin Vinter and Diane Taylor on The Guardian. I've never really gone on The Guardian before, but I'm pretty sure it's like a right wing. Is it a right wing thing? I don't know. Something I need to learn. Anyway, on the 29th of November 2025. It's currently the 1st of December 2025, but I wrote this all down on the 30th of November. Anyway, not relevant. So, starting in February, the government has said that asylum seekers will be banned from taking taxis to medical appointments after it was revealed the Home Office spends £15.8 million a year on this service. And I wrote, my fucking ass corrupt. I mean, probably isn't wrong, but like 15.8 million, because like the next thing that I'm going to tell you, this is why I don't believe it, okay? An investigation from the BBC found a man who allegedly took a 200-mile taxi ride that cost £600 to visit a GP. What? Because say that is true, there must be a very good reason why they had to go to a GP that was 250 miles away. Meaning they needed to spend the £600. So either there's a very specific reason, or it's just bullshit. And how is that the asylum seeker's fault? The refugee's fault? No. So let's like stop blaming them. This fucking narrative. Stupid Nigel Farage. Fucking Nigel Farage. Fuck off. Guy who created Brexit. And like people now thinking to vote for him because they think he's gonna save the country. He's literally one of the major reasons why the country is in shambles. But I'm not really into politics like that, even though politics is morals, so it needs to be. But because of A-level politics, that I was technically there for a term, but I didn't really go for a term. It's gotta be for life. But anyway, Citizens UK began petitioning the government in 2023 in partnership with a coalition of 25 civil society organisations. Sorry, it's just because it's like really low at the bottom. If you could read the top, there's some song recommendations up there. But anyway, civil society organisations saying bus passes would enable asylum seekers to take their children to school and get volunteering placements. Continuing 7 pages. Good. A pilot scheme for bus travel for asylum seekers was launched in Oxford November 2024 after campaigning by Citizens UK. Scotland recently readmitted to providing free bus travel by 2026. I think that's a good idea. However, have you guys watched Top Boy? Watch Summer House. Ooh, Summer House, Sally. Summer House is so much better. Can't lie, no offence. I really like the new show, but anyway. Did we see the beginning of the second show? What happens in, is it Bradford? No, not Bradford. Ramsgate? Anyway, what happened there? Even though they weren't on buses, the particular thing I'm talking about, but especially with what's going on currently in the UK, there's like, I'll explain in a minute. Hate is on the rise. Hate is always around, but especially with stupid Nigel Farage, stupid fucking reform. It's just stupid, absolutely fucking stupid. It's causing a lot of what's it called, hate crimes happening, and I feel like it's, I don't know. I think asylum seekers and refugees, they're the same thing, deserve free bus passes, 100%, and essentially they should get free train passes too, just free transportation. I don't understand why, because this is the whole thing, yeah. I'm going to explain, because it's going to be quotes about how much taxis are costing. First of all, why using taxi services then? You should have dedicated people who... Let me just shut my mouth. I was going to say, get dedicated people who, like, you know, like drivers, like just, you know where they're staying, because currently they're staying in hotels. A lot of refugees are staying in hotels. Dedicated people who are safe and not gonna make do something bad to them and cause a hate crime and shit like that. Just take them to the GP. Because on the bus, I don't know, like you said, it is a good idea, and I think they should have the opportunity to have free travel passes. However, I'm just worried for them because hate's on the rise and people are evil a lot of the time. But anyway, asylum seekers are currently entitled to one return bus journey a week. What? One return bus journey a week? What? Anyway, home office contractors often call taxis for all other necessary journeys. A subcontractor in southeast London told the BBC his company charged the Home Office around £1,000 a day for as many as 15 drop-offs from a hotel where asylum seekers were staying to a GP 2 miles away. That's exploitation. I don't know how, like, 2 miles isn't far to warrant £1,000. Even 15 trips. That doesn't make sense. Like, maybe it does, but to me that doesn't make sense. I think that's exploitation, and I think that's the whole point of the article, really, because like the Home Office, I don't think I've wrote it down. Like, they are saying like they're trying to stop like all these subcontractors and blah blah blah, blah, exploiting the gov. But I'm like, the gov, you caused it. Because why are you using so many taxi services? You should have your own fucking service. Because asylum seekers is not a no thing. Nah. Nah. Sorry. Anyway, the Gov now says usage of taxis for asylum seekers will be strictly limited to exceptional evidenced cases. So I'm assuming for people with physical disabilities, pregnancy-related issues, and chronic illnesses could / hopefully meet this new enforced rule / statement. But the Home Office would have to sign off on such journeys. I just think it's just so much. It's way too much. Like, what do you mean? I think taxis are safer for refugees in the current state of the UK. But obviously, you're watching it from the future, so maybe you'll know. Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. But anyway, Enver Solomon, the chief executive of the Refugee Council, said there was a risk the threshold would be too high. We at the Home Office do not have a consistent definition or approach for how vulnerability is assessed, so there's a real risk those who need transportation won't get it. I said, bruh, the CEO is saying this is fucked. Like, I get what you mean, like, if, say they, I think, realistically, if they've been in the country, say, more than 6 months, they should know their surroundings to a degree. It depends how far their local GP is to them and how the area that they're living in is accepting of refugees. Say they're living in Ramsgate. No. Get them in that taxi, or actually just take them to Cardiff. Why are they in Cardiff? Take them to Cardiff. Cardiff will accept. Cardiff will accept. But anyway, like, I don't think like anyone in Cardiff would ever do that. Watch the Butte documentary. Big up Cardiff. Anyway, actually, vive la Wales. Anyway, where was I? And then this same CEO guy, the current tax bill is more a consequence of government incompetence. Tell him, Solomon, Mr. Solomon or Miss. Don't know. So didn't do that much research. This is all just from one article. So, the current tax bill is more a consequence of government incompetence and poor contract management than people in the asylum system exploiting it. Twist. And I literally wrote twist. And further adding, the usage of taxis is symptomatic of an asylum system that allows private contractors to make vast profits. Why am I like holding a bag? Sorry. Vast profits at the expense of the taxpayer because what the hell is that word? Successful? Oh. Governments have failed to deliver reforms needed to create an efficient and effective system that... Oh, no, it's not conservative though, because it's right. This is the word that I'm currently contemplating on. I wrote SUCC and then it's gibberish. It looks like an LE at the end. Successful, but that's not successful. Not enough words. Letters, not enough words. Bruh. Anyway, treats people with effective system that treats people with compassion and delivers value for money. Trust. Because why aren't we treating these people with compassion? They're literally refugees. This is what I don't get. This is what I don't fucking get. Everyone in this country at the moment, well, I'm not currently there, but everyone in the country, well, not everyone, that's very generalised, but a lot of people, okay, blaming asylum seekers for all the problems in the world, like in the country. No, it's the man that you're voting for, Nigel Farage, mate. I'm not saying that the current like asylum seeking, I don't know what it's called, policies are perfect. No, they ain't. The government's not perfect at all. No, very far from it. Like I don't like the government. I don't. But why are we blaming the refugees who are coming from war-torn countries? Why? Do you think they want to be here? No. Do you think they want their home to be destroyed? No. Do you think you want them to be split from their families? No. So shut the fuck up. Okay. Oh, these people, bruv. And these people are still... Nah. Let me not say that. Anyway, the government must end profiteering contracts that will only expand with the planned use of military sites and allow people to... Oh, brother. It's actually a lot. I shouldn't have been yapping so much, but okay. The government must end profiteering contracts that will only expand with the planned use of military sites and allow people in the asylum system to work so they can provide for themselves. Yeah, trust. Why can't they? Because this is relevant, but and these people weren't asylum seekers, but this can give some perspective. When I worked at McDonald's, there was so many people who let me say, there was like there was way more. Probably like, I'm gonna say 10. Let's just say 10. 10 people I met who came from Sri Lanka and they had literally masters and doctorates, and they were like so like from Sri Lanka, but they had to come to the UK and they had to start from the ground up in university to get any sort of job here, even though from their home country they are literally the top. But they had to come here and work at McDonald's with little old me and have me as their boss. It literally was just like, what? But anyway, sorry, that was irrelevant. But it's not. Okay. The Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood, I don't know, said the government had inherited conservative contracts that were wasting billions of taxpayers' hard-earned cash. And I said, blah, blah, blah. no more taxis, etc. Exceptional circumstances, blah, 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 blah. I will continue to root out waste as we close out every single asylum hotel. And I wrote, I can't tell if that's bruh. The government pledged to move asylum seekers from hotels to military sites. And I just said, just sounds wrong. Allegedly will save 500 mil. It just does sound wrong. It does sound like military sites. I don't like the sound of that, but you know, hotels. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm not the most what's it called, informed on this current topic. I will learn more. It's okay. But anyway, 36,273 asylum seekers still living in hotels. Figures released this week. This is higher than in June. Well, you know why? Because there's so many conflicts going on in the world. What can you do? UK, stop complaining. If you stop being complicit in all these war crimes, then yeah. Anyway, raids on illegal working are at their highest since records began. 8,000 plus without the right to work in the UK are arrived between October 2024 to September 25. I don't know how people sleep at night. Like, when you're hating on refugees, first of all, like, blaming them for all the problems, your problems and the UK's problems, you're stupid. Also, how are you exploiting literally traumatized individuals who are coming from war-torn countries? Are you actually mad? Like, the thing is, it's because they've never experienced it. Like, with the UK, at least in this generation, and like, you know, like, that's like, when did World War II end? 1945. Since 1945. Nah, because the people who will still be like, you know what I mean, have not experienced war, real war on our turf. So shut the fuck up. These people, man. And I hope by the time you post live, it hasn't happened. I hope all war and all crimes cease to exist. I truly do, because this world is fucked. But anyway, where was I? With the anti-migrant atmosphere rising due to the BS fucking Nigel Farage creates real risk for asylum seekers. The UK's new asylum policies raise serious risks for migrants because they combine harsher laws with rising public hostility. Oh, sorry if my feet are in it. My feet were supposed to be in the video. The government have introduced significantly more restrictive measures, e.g. the plan to have, I don't know, like, this hasn't been implemented yet, but it's basically they're deciding to implement this. Significantly more restrictive measures, e.g. the plan to have asylum seekers wait up to 20 years before securing settlement. So right now and prior, it's been after 5 years you can apply. 20 years. That is ridiculous. I don't understand the world, man. Why do we have to, like, you can't live here, but you need this permit to live here, and you need this to do this, and blah blah. Bro, the world's the world. We all live here. We can go where the fuck we want. Why do they have to apply for citizenship and so? I get it. Like, I know there's reasons why, but like, I don't get it. It's bullshit to me. Anyway, refugees will be under review every 2.5 years and will be revoked if their country is deemed safe. Deemed safe, I don't believe it. This creates long-term insecurity and this is what I wrote now, after the BS okay. This creates long-term insecurity and ultimately weakens protection pathways. Tightening also, i.e. the taxis, as we just spoke about, it's just like, what? Anyway, sorry, this is a little bit gibberish now. Hate incidents against migrants and minorities have been on the rise. #book reform. March 2025, police in England and Wales recorded 115,990 hate crimes, excluding the Metropolitan Police. A 2% increase from 2024, a 6% rise in race hate crimes and race-related crimes, and a 19% surge in religious hate crimes targeting the Muslim community. It's from the UK, the Gov UK website, and I said, like, I hate people. Fuck off! Why are you doing it? Why do we hate? Why do we hate? Why do we hurt? It's horrible, and especially for like what? Like, I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm just gonna finish what I said because this has gone on for way too long. What's happening? This upward trend coincides with an increasing punitive political rhetoric and policy proposals, e.g. Reform UK, fuck Nigel Farage, promising mass deportations and sweeping immigration enforcement if elected, framing migrants a threat to public order. And I said, nah, it's you, mate. Because it is Nigel Farage who is the threat to public order. Anyway, with what? DH. Oh, like with dickheads like Nigel, like Farage and the government enforcing or introducing stricter rules on asylum seekers, and all this constant buzzing in the media. Public and media often cast asylum seekers as burdens, and I wrote in brackets, these people are refugees. Are you fucking dumb? I said xenophobia is risen, but that means on the rise. I said fuck Farage. Neglect, violence, and isolation is likely to be experienced in unsupervised accommodation settings, and I just wrote hearsay because that is hearsay, that was just my opinion, combined with the rise in official hate crime data, plus harsher laws and antagonistic political framing, are a dangerous erosive environment, one in which institutional I can't read that word, and social hostility reinforce each other, placing asylum seekers at heightened risk of discrimination, marginalisation, and abuse. That's what you get today, kids. Now.